Hey guys, as value investors, we're always looking for multifamily deals we can get into, improve, and drive revenue to increase the NOI, the net operating income. This is referred to as forced appreciation. When you, as the investor, are actively working on the property to improve cash flow and reduce expenses. This is different from natural appreciation, where the market is driving the increased value of the property. In that case, basically, you're selling the property for more than what you paid for it. You have no control over this type of appreciation, and it's not always guaranteed. So forcing appreciation in a big way, such as maybe installing some new low flow toilets to drive down expenses if you're paying for water, or increasing the rents, is not always possible. Perhaps you don't want to invest the time and the money into all the plumbing work that has to get done, or maybe you're already close to the market rents maximum. Regardless, there are still some ways you can improve the NOI and force appreciation and maybe reserve the cost-intensive tactics for later on down the road. So here are my 5 affordable ways to force appreciation in your multifamily deal. So number 1, you could install coin-operated washers and dryers. If your multifamily deal has, say, some nice dry basement storage area, or maybe even an outside storage area that's not in use, you can install coin-operated washers and dryers. This is not only a huge benefit for the tenants, as they won't have to go to a laundromat, but it's also a great benefit for you as far as getting an income on those machines. And if you have a small multifamily building, maybe something a little less than 30 units is probably the most you want to be, you can probably get away with installing your own machines and having the management company pick up the coins on a regular basis. Reach out to a few local laundromats and ask them if they're willing to sell some of their older machines or some of their used machines. All right, and sometimes they can line you up with one that's gently used as well. So depending on where you're located, you can charge up to $200 a cycle for each one of those machines. And if you have enough tenants, that can add up quickly. And again, that goes right to your bottom line after you cover the expenses for water and electricity. Number 2, offer doorside trash valet. Now, depending on the asset and the market you're located in, okay, you can consider either having your cleaning people put this in place or bring in a company that does this on your behalf. And not only will it keep the hallways clean, but the tenants won't have to walk their trash to the dumpster on those cold, late nights. And it's also a safety feature for them as well. Many outsourced companies will split the profit with the property owner, so the barrier to implement is very low. But again, it depends on the asset class and it depends on how it's being implemented. It doesn't work with your Class C property in a Class C area. It doesn't float there. But in a better area, it works just fine. Number 3, add storage units. Tenants are usually short on space and will often pay for additional space if you offer it. Again, if you have that dry basement, you have enough room down there, you can put up some walls and a door and rent that space out to tenants. And if you have room outside, you can have steel structures put together and put them on the premises as well. There are professional companies that have prefabbed storage units, and they're not that expensive. So tenants have been known to pay an extra $30 to $50 a month for each one of those units. And after you cover the cost of building it, all that cash goes straight to the bottom line. So that's another great source of income and very, very easy and simple to do. Number 4, install energy saving systems. So aside from the LED systems and the motion sensors, which you probably already have done anyway, you can install systems for your furnace or boiler that will activate depending on the temperature outside. There's usually some cash to kick up for the install, right? It might cost anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000, but it'll pay for itself within 2 months if you're paying for the heat for your tenants in some of those older buildings especially, right? And number 5, install security cameras. While this is not an income generating investment, it does increase the overall value of the property. Those active cameras will keep an eye on your investment while giving the tenant some peace of mind. In some cases, they may even make the difference between the tenant moving to your building versus one that doesn't have such a system. Anyway, what are some of the low cost or affordable ways you're driving income or reducing expenses? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I always love hearing different things from you guys as well. And if you like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. And go ahead and check us out on iTunes and Stitcher, and of course the channel on YouTube as well. All this material is out there just for you. So we're trying to put out material for you guys every day, and really appreciate your feedback. So look forward to interacting with you soon. Have a good day.